Severe storms powered through the Metroplex this evening, dropping hail, heavy rain, and triggering several tornado warnings. Going to show you a look at a drone shot of a supercell storm over Dallas earlier this evening. That storm dumped torrential rain, but also produced some rotation, and a tornado warning was issued for Dallas County when this supercell was above it earlier this evening. When that warning was issued, the storm was pushing through Irving, and this is some of the damage left behind. A dealership just off 183 at MacArthur suffered a lot of damage. Fox 4's David Centenry starts off our coverage live in Irving right now. David.
Well, Steve, people at this car dealership described seeing rotation in the air, so they went inside. They took cover and hid in a back room, and then moments later, a section of this building was ripped off, some of it falling on top of a vehicle that was out here. There's certainly some damage that still has to be cleaned up. It's going to take quite a while, but thankfully, no one here was hurt. The storm damage at Autos of Dallas in Irving is significant, but those in the thick of it know it could have been a whole lot worse.
We were standing on the porch and was filming the clouds, and we saw a rotation. I thought, well, we got to get inside.
General Manager David Mullins had his team and customers take cover right as a tornado warning was issued.
It was scary. A lot of people screamed.
It's unclear if a tornado actually touched down, but along with dangerous wind, there was this. You can hear the sound of hail slamming into our news vehicle while we pulled over along Highway 183 and Esters Road in Irving. Some drivers stopped to take cover from the hail.
Man, the roads are real bad, man. I just came from Oak Cliff, Texas. I mean, I stay here in Irving, but I barely could see. I was going like 15 on the highway on 35.
Candida Reyes said her drive was pretty dicey.
I could barely see on my way over here. I wanted to stop, but I was like, no, I just want to go home. Emergency lights on, going probably like 30 miles per hour.
And this driver caught a flat tire on his drive home to Central Texas.
I just came to a complete stop because I couldn't see anything, and then I didn't want to risk damaging my car or causing an accident. Try to put some air in it, and if not, I'll take it over to Walmart and replace the tire.
The rain came down so hard and so fast, some patches of water quickly covered the access road to Highway 183.
I advise you guys to be real careful out there, and have a great day.
Around this section of Irving, we found some tree limbs scattered across lawns, a sign of how strong the winds were.
It was sideways.
So while there's plenty to clean up at the dealership, everyone is okay.
Always be prepared.
You saw some of the overwhelming amount of hail in a couple of those videos. While speaking with the general manager of this car dealership, he says they were able to move a bunch of these vehicles into a back garage to secure them, but unfortunately not all of them. So some of these vehicles likely have hail damage, just like many other vehicles across this Irving area, and certainly some homes. Steve, back to you.
All right. David Centenry in Irving. David, thanks. Strong wind blasts took off part of the roof of a warehouse in Grand Prairie as the storms moved through. The warehouse is shared by several businesses and a charity. Fox 4's Blake Hansen is there with more on the damage he has seen tonight. Blake.
Yeah, Steve, we've actually been backed up a little bit further away from the building than where we were at 9 o'clock due to some concerns about the structural integrity. There are crews on scene right now that are working on this building, surveying the damage, getting everything shored up over here, but pretty significant damage. We can show you some of the video that we took that shows really it was just a field of metal that was thrown off of this building, and some people out here tell me it was actually the roof from a different part of this large warehouse that houses multiple businesses that was thrown maybe about 50 yards or so toward near an adjacent business. Speaking with people out here, there were actually people that were inside the building when these storms moved through. One man told me that it really did sound like a freight train as it moved over, and then that roof came crashing down. Grand Prairie Fire tells us, thankfully, no injuries of any kind. Steve mentioned that charity in this building, World Vision, a charity we featured on Fox 4, has some of the warehouse space in this large warehouse structure. On that side of the building, we noticed that some of the loading bays where they have trucks pull up, those loading bay doors were pushed in or out from the wind as they move through. We have reached out to World Vision to find out if any of their donations or anything like that was damaged as a result of these storms moving through, but have not heard back just yet. But it's worth pointing out, World Vision itself does help people in the wake of disasters. They help with disaster relief. And so we will, of course, update people as we hear more from them. We did notice that there are some branches damaged, signs damaged in this area as well, but it seems like this specific area of Grand Prairie is where we saw the most significant damage.